Hi, in this video I want to talk about how to use the Needles integrated features of Client Connect. So this screen should look familiar to you if you're a Needles user. This is my Needles account, and as you can see I have a case set up with my name and phone number in it. So Client Connect used to be only a Needles integrated feature, and then in this latest version, we've of course added a lot more features through the web user interface, but we still have our Needles integration, and we still have the ability to send and receive text messages from Needles, and we still sync all of our text messages into your Needles case notes, so you always have accountability of those conversations. So let me show you how that works. The Needles integrated features are different than they used to be. Not much different, but let me go ahead and show you. So to send a new text message, as always, you'll go to your notes table and add a note with a topic, send text. Now this is the default topic. However, your firm can, if you choose to, create a custom topic rather than send text, but mine is set up as the default. So I'm going to say, hi, Drew, this is a text from Needles, exclamation point, of course. And I'm going to go ahead and save that note. So saving that note onto the case sends the text message to the client on the case. So it's important that the person you're trying to text be marked as the client, and that's designated by this checkbox. That name is customizable, so your firms may say injured party or something like that, but there will be a check mark for that designation, and that allows us to send the text message to that party on the case. It's also important to know that it will send to the mobile number for that party. So it won't send to the home number or the business number or the fax number. It'll send to the Needles default mobile number, and it doesn't matter in what position that mobile number is in. It could be at the top or the bottom of this list. So if we go back to our notes, do you want to save changes? No. Hi, Drew, this is a text from Needles. So you'll see that that note that I sent, it changed topics. For one, the topic that I had originally selected was send text, and now that topic says text sent. Our software has gone in, sent the text message, confirmed that the text message sent, and changed the note topic. You'll also see that we appended that note with a little bit of extra information. We appended it with the time that the message was queued and the time that the message was sent, which if you look at those timestamps, less than 1 second between the time when the message was saved, the time when it was queued, and the time when it was sent. Now I want to show you what that looks like in the notes table. So we have a couple of messages sent, and we have this text conversation. So this text conversation is going to have all of the messages sent back and forth between you and your client for one calendar day. So this particular conversation is for today, which is June 6, 2018. And so these are all the messages that I've sent back and forth from this account and this client for today. And if you look, each message says client sent text message or text to client. It has the number that it was sent from and sent to, the date and the time, and the body of that text message. And if any of those messages had media, if they had a picture embedded, it would have media also, and it would have a URL where you could access that media. So this is what the text conversation looks like. And again, that rolls over at midnight. So if you start another conversation with your client tomorrow, that conversation will be on a new note in your Needles table. Now, it's also important that you know that sending text messages from Needles and this text conversation are completely independent of each other. It doesn't matter whether or not you send text messages from Needles or from the web user interface or as a email response to a notification. All of those text messages will sync up to the Needles to the case in this text conversation. And I'll show you that if we go over here to the user interface. You'll see in the user interface that it already shows in my inbox the message which we created in Needles. Hi, Drew, this is a text from Needles. And if I send a message from the web user interface, this is a text from the web. That message will also sync up into Needles in this text conversation thread. As we click over to the Notes tab and we scroll down, we can see this is a text from the web. So regardless of where you send text messages, they will sync up to the case in this text conversation. And if you send the text messages from the Needles UI, you will have this note with a topic text sent or send text message. And in the event that that text message doesn't send for some reason, we will change that topic to text failed, and we will append that note with some information about why the text failed, be it that the client's phone was off or it was rejected by their carrier or whatever the case may be. So that is how you send and receive text messages from the Needles user interface. So as you can see, sending text messages is as easy as adding a note to the case, and receiving text messages is as easy as looking at your notes table and going to the text conversation. If you're interested in receiving email notifications about the messages which are received on your cases, please look into our email notifications video. All right, well, I hope that explains how to use the Needles user features. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me or look into our other videos. I'd be happy to help. Thanks. Have a good day.